The most important aspect to consider with this two-mallet etude is to always play with a good sound quality. Don't overplay the instrument with harsh downstrokes. This piece in particular is from the Baroque era, which usually means a light style with forward motion. As with any piece, although it's very obvious, learn to play the correct notes at a steady tempo. Practice slow at first to develop these good habits and accurate execution. Practice the etude in short phrases so you can play the piece the same way every time by also writing in all of the correct stickings. If you need to change a few stickings as you speed up the tempo, do so. Just make sure you change that in the music. As you practice, repeat short phrases to ingrain these positive habits. For practicing, repetition is key. Repetition is key. Repetition is key. This etude requires fluid hands, spot-on accuracy, and the ability to always know what is coming next. If you are not thinking ahead and using fluid motions, your sound and note accuracy will suffer. To get this style, I chose the Shi'i Wu mallet, the Wu 4C from Innovative Percussion. I feel like it gets the right sound for this style of music. For the learning process, write in the chord progressions. While learning and practicing this piece, I labeled chord progressions throughout to help me anticipate the next measure, statement, or gesture. Much of this piece utilizes these chord changes and arpeggios, so take advantage of these patterns and progressions to make the learning process easier. You will also notice as you practice, you're going to see the big picture of the piece as you play instead of thinking note by note. With the phrasing, with this all-state process, there are always a lot of discussions about tempos, interpretations, and subjective musical decisions. This year, there are only 2 dynamic markings in the whole piece, so you will want to add shapings to the music to bring interest and clarity to the phrases. After listening to recordings of the original flute and continuo piece, I was able to identify peak moments, arrival points, places where it should have a 2 feel, and then certain notes to exaggerate within 16th note runs. These musical nuances should be some of the last things that you add. Prepare your hands and internal pulse to play in time with no fluctuations. Then, when you add these gestures and musicality, they will not drastically affect the sense of the pulse, but will add to the sense of the phrase and the overall form. A couple other preparation tips. I chose this mallet. You could choose some other mallets, but really think about the lightness of this style. Practice parts of the piece in sections, and also practice hands separately. This will train your hands to know and anticipate some of the odd motions around the board. This was very helpful for me at letter C to train my left hand to know where and when to move for the chord changes. Also continue to practice your fundamentals. Scales using stepwise motion, the intervals, and arpeggios. This will ensure consistent hand-to-hand motions and comfortability moving around the board. Good luck.